for your time. Good morning. My name is Naima. I'm based in Paris. Currently, I work as the EMEA Talent Acquisition Senior Manager and Women in Technology Leader at NetApp. My role involves empowering women within NetApp and fostering the diversity and inclusion and driving positive change through hiring, attracting, and retaining talent, and also building the community of women in technology within NetApp. Aoife, please, if you can just run the next slide, then we can go to the video. So probably few of you don't know NetApp. There will be an opportunity for us to share some insights with you and know more about it.
Amazingly, we humans always find a way to rise to the moment and move forward. And at NetApp, helping you turn disruption into opportunity is what we do with you by making your data infrastructure intelligent. It's built on unified data storage, reimagined to let you store any data across any environment. Integrated data services, which help you protect, govern, and get more value out of your data. And cloud app solutions, which enable you to work faster and more efficiently with intelligence. Others might try to convince you their same old storage will meet your next era needs. But this moment demands so much more. We make your data infrastructure more seamless, secure, sustainable, and high-performing than ever before. So whatever your opportunity, whatever the moment, we can rise to meet it together. Almost.
Perfect. So for those who are not familiar with NetApp, we are a B2B business. NetApp is an intelligent data infrastructure company. Our value proposition in the market is that we have a hybrid portfolio. We can offer the infrastructure, virtualization, and hardware asset, and also have the ability to offer to our customers to work with them in their digital transformation, all the software, the AI, machine learning, and cloud and hybrid cloud solutions. We are a global company. As you see here, we have more than 12,000 employees along the globe. We really we are part of the most dynamic ecosystem when it comes to data infrastructure and data management as well. So the way we position ourselves as a company is that we enable the intelligent data infrastructure and we deliver really several key benefits as a company. So whenever you go, wherever you go, we'll be able to work with you as a customer, a partner, a distributor, or a reseller for any data in any place. So we have this flexibility and agility to work with our customers. We have the active data management compliance systemability because, as you know, today data is really the new fuel. Data is really the key if the company wants to grow or go through the digital transformation journey. We have also the adaptive operations performance efficiency for the team productivity. So our holistic, effective, comprehensive offer makes our position as the intelligence data infrastructure the best offer in the market. Do you have any questions, any interrogations about NetApp, about our offers, any products? I'm just trying to chat, see if there's anyone having questions. Perfect. Let me check if we have any questions. Perfect. So now I would like really to take this opportunity to share more insights about the journey in NetApp as a company from a people perspective. When I joined NetApp initially, I was a senior recruiter, and my focus was building with the business teams across the EMEA region. It was really fascinating to see how we can combine different cultures and go through the same purpose. So I've always been passionate about finding the right talent and effectively communicate the NetApp story, sell our journey externally, and attract exceptional candidates and talent. After 2 years, I was promoted to a principal senior advisor, like a senior recruiter, where I worked closely with the leaders to develop their strategies, to design the talent acquisition plan, to work together on how to attract, retain talent. Now, as a senior manager, I lead an incredible team of senior talent advisors around EMEA in different countries. And I lead also the community of women in technology. And this is really my calling. This is what I consider my passion. Leading the women in technology group in NetApp really gave me this opportunity to foster the journey of the inclusive culture and provide more equitable opportunities and drive innovation through the growth, through the business and innovation. Today, I would like to share with the audience some tips and tricks being an EBRG, an employee business representative group at NetApp, about how NetApp today help the community of women to combine passion and ambition and enable women to go and build their personal and professional growth. So I really believe in the first key point for me is really empowering women to own their journey. This is the key for me to realize the fullest potential as an individual. Instead of waiting for opportunities, just go and create them. Create the right conditions and position yourself to be ready anytime, anywhere to raise this opportunity. Most of the time, we find ourselves, especially in markets and industries when it's white male dominated, we can find women as a minority, so we can unconsciously see ourselves like vulnerable because we are the minority. Just go and do the opposite. Own your journey, build your story. The second tip I would say is just recognize and be aware about your value. Understand exactly what is your offering. What are the points where you can bring an added value on the table? When and where it make a difference for you to be the difference. Also, as a community in Women in Technology NetApp here, building a strong network helps a lot because you can't do everything alone. Building a network in your group is really crucial to do your personal branding, to do your company branding, and your job branding. So here in NetApp, we have a vibrant women in technology community that offers a lot of opportunities for mentoring, coaching, networking, and opportunities. So together as a group, we work to elevate each other and pursue our shared goal, our personal, professional growth to come there together. So don't think that you can do everything by your side and by yourself. Being part of the group and the community is the key to bring you to the place where you want. So I'm really happy to share this experience because for me it was really a success to be in NetApp and see myself growing professionally, personally, and go the more to the highest, truest version of myself through my job. Let me just check if we have any questions. I've spoken with NetApp in the past, and the growth in EMEA is visible, especially here in Ireland. What is the company vision for EMEA in the next 5 years? Perfect. So our vision as a company is really to be positioning ourselves as one of the top 3 when it comes to data management. So today, if you go and speak with a customer working closely with Microsoft, Amazon, AWS, you will hear about us. There is no scenario where NetApp is not involved because we are the only vendor, we are the only company that get the hybrid offer where we can offer the conservative data infrastructure and also the most innovative offer, which is the hybrid AI machine learning offering as well. Let me check if we have any other questions. I've been in touch with previously with some members of your TA team, like Taskin, part of the campus engagement. We've had some great discussion, the further engagement in the past to campus cover. It's a great here. Look, early in career is really one of our big focus, because today, if you look to the market and you consider that you will have the ambition to bring more women to the workplace, unfortunately, there is not enough talent in the market there. Because if you think about 20 years ago, there was not enough engineers and female engineers in data science and cybersecurity. But now, if you invest early in the stage in the schools and the universities, engineering schools, and you really give the perspective to early in career women that it is possible to be part of the table when it comes to data science, to sales, technology. That's why we invest a lot in NetApp. We have an S3 Academy. We have the freshly graduated jobs. We have a very good structured career path when we bring talent freshly graduated and we help them, we coach them, we mentor them to grow to positions where they see themselves really part of the deepest impact of the company. I hope your best version if you is not only through your job, but only through more than the job. For sure. For sure. I think that the best equation is to find in your day-to-day job what makes you close to yourself. That's why doing something you like, doing a job that will bring you to your passion and your calling as a person will combine this. Of course, when it comes to work-life balance, job is not everything. But if you have the luxury, I would say, like I have, to do a job that you really like, because I like working with people, talking to people, solving problems to people, and also work with the community of women in technology, bringing these women together to pull in as a group and grow together, that's the best equation. Are we good with time? Any other questions? How to understand and bring out the true potential within work? I think it's having a high level of self-awareness and make sure that you understand exactly what you can be good in and what you need to improve, and also be proactive asking feedback. A lot of people sometimes don't have the proactivity to seek for feedback until the feedback comes to them. So just be proactively seeking for feedback, and feedback is not only about leaders leading you. Feedback is your peers. It can be someone you manage. I always ask people I manage feedback, because it's easy to get the feedback from your manager, but when you ask the feedback for people you manage, this is where you see exactly where you need to bring more on the table to help them to be really more successful and to be more comfortable in what they do. Any other questions? What initiatives or programs have you found most impactful in promoting gender diversity and inclusion in the tech? What we started doing here in NetApp is really focus early in the stage on the education and the influence and the unconscious bias when it comes to decision makers. You can have the highest level of awareness when it comes to diversity and inclusion, but if you are not the decision maker, that means that there is a gap. So what we did in NetApp is like we build a program when any individual in NetApp who can be in front of a candidate, internally or externally, need to be mandatory trained on unconscious bias, on inclusive hiring, in harassment, in cultural sensitivity. We build really a holistic toolkit that makes it obvious for someone who is in front of a diverse talent or a gender or whatever to make the right decision based only on questions related to the job and to the skills of the person in front. So I think that investing in the education is the first step you need to do, because you can't just come with a process and say, hey, go and do this. You need to bring people from day one to why do we do this. Explaining the why of the diversity journey is the key. Most of the companies in the workplace start immediately executing plans and just trying to have a one-size-fits-all strategy that sometimes does not fit or does not have the right outcome, because people do not understand the why. Why shall I hire more women? Why shall I include more diverse talent? What shall I bring early in career? I need a senior position. So I think explaining to them in the short, long term, what is the outcome for the company, would help them to get a better understanding. I'm seeking for other questions. Can you share any experiences and challenges you have faced as a woman in the tech industry and how you overcome them? To be honest, I was like in the tech industry internally here in NetApp, or externally. I think the challenges are the same. Women sometimes find themselves doing the auto sabotage, like finding creating mental barriers themselves because of the fact that we are a minority in the business. So I think that the first challenge is just to find an equal to your voice, to find the right mentor. If you are a sales performer, if you are a woman having a sales position and you do not see a woman above as a leader, sometimes it's not easy to project yourself in the career growth. So having the role model, I think, is one of the challenges, because most of the time when you observe, when you see the market in the tech companies, most of the CEOs are male. Most of the R&D, the product, the engineer, innovators are male. So sometimes it's difficult to consider role model and see it's possible. There is a potential for women to go there if you don't see it in the reality. But as a proactive mindset, as a growth mindset, you need to consider this not as a problem, but just a challenge that you need to overcome. What are some practical exercises or activities that can be used for early leadership trainings? I think one of the most effective things we can learn in the leadership trainings is the active listening. Most of the leaders proactively share their experience. They share about their journey, but they don't give probably enough room for people to share also their exercises. So in order to avoid judging, evaluating, assessing situations based only on your story, because we all have stories, journeys, experiences, but sometimes you are biased at the way we assess evaluation. It just include a more active listening and try to just put off your glasses and put on the glasses of the person in front of you, because it opens the perspective. So first thing for me, it's just active listening, like be more a listener and a continuous learner than a knower. How can allies support the goals and initiatives for women in tech? I love this question because most of the time people in the market or hearing that ask me, is women in technology only about women? And I always come with the same story. It is not only about women. It's not a women club. It's a community club, and men and male are more than welcome. You cannot move the needle if you are just building it based on the gender story. We need allies, we need champions, we need sponsors. I think that the if you go to the women in technology journey from the wrong angle, which is just base the story on the gender, you will go exactly to the wrong direction. Having a strong ally will give you more credibility, will give you more promotion, will give you more perspective to promote your story within different windows and business units. And also it gives you this mirror effect, because if you are working only with women and people who have the high level of awareness of diversity and inclusion, of course, you will not have any challenges because people agree around the table. But as soon as you start having around the table people who do not agree with you, people who have a different perspective, and you need to bring them slowly to your journey, understand their perspective, this is where it's more fun and it's really interesting, because this is where you operate the positive change and you bring them to a different perspective of the women in technology. Then they can understand why it is crucial today and vital to start closing the gender gap in the market. Do we have any other questions? Let me just check here. Can you share some success stories from your career and how you balance it all? I think that the most successful story I'm proud of in my career is that when I moved to a senior manager role, I started managing my ex peers, like people who used to be in the same level than myself, and then moved to their manager. And sometimes, it's not easy to build a new position, build your branding as the leader when you used to be in the same level as these people. It's just being humble and give people space to shine, give people space to grow. When you are a leader, it's not about you anymore. It's about your people. It's about your audience and your team. So I try to consciously be very careful when I talk about achievement to give credit to my team. When it comes to failure, to some project that we could do better, I always take the accountability of it. Being a leader is also trying to build other leaders and trying to identify in each team member what is the area when they can shine, because we all have different skills, soft skills, technical skills. So I think that the success story is when I started having feedback from my team members that I really helped them to identify their strengths while they did not know that they are good or excellent or performing in this area. So helping people to be aware of their value, and as a result, easy for the leader to just bring them also where they can improve. Any other questions? Can you give one piece of advice you would give to your younger self as a woman in tech? Well, the first thing I would give to myself as a younger woman in tech is like a big hug, because I think this is what we all need. It's just self-confidence, and also just believing in yourself. When I 20 years ago, I think as a lot of us, my my dynamic is to compare myself to other people, and that was definitely a mistake, because everybody's unique. Everybody has a journey, and no journey looks like the other journey. So do not allow anyone, personally, professionally, to tell you what's the best, most appropriate, suitable thing for you to be happy. Because if you start benchmarking your journey with somebody else, this is where you deviate a bit of your direction, of the way you can bring yourself to the highest, truest version of you being happy. Did you experience imposter syndrome at that point, or did you just know I can do it? Of course I did. I think it's part of the part of the journey. I think that the imposter syndrome is something, if you did not experience it, you can't talk about it, because you can find sometimes yourself in an ecosystem when people, instead of challenging you to do better or to do more, just may give you the impression that you're not good enough. So the right, I would say, approach is to deal with the imposter syndrome, is to talk about it, is to share your thoughts with people you trust, with your group, with people really you value the feedback. I have the opportunity, I feel so lucky in NetApp that I always was surrounded by people who mentored me, coached me. I share with them my thoughts without any filter, without any think that I will be judged. So as soon as you feel that you're going to the imposter syndrome, just share your thoughts with someone you trust. Share your thoughts with somebody you really value the feedback. As soon as you see an external view of you, this is how you start reflecting yourself and just putting yourself exactly in the right, where shall I stay? Am I good enough? Am I not good enough? Am I doing a lot? Am I doing too much? Sometimes people are like, oh, you're everywhere. You're doing a lot. You're doing this. How can you manage this? My question is like, why do I need to stick to your expectations being basic, instead of going to my full potential, being everywhere and doing what I think is possible for me to do? So bring in a different perspective when you deal with the imposter syndrome is the best, because immediately you will have an external eye seeing exactly the same situation as you, but at a different angle. Perfect. I think we only have few minutes left. Sorry, I had some technical issues earlier in the session. I hope you enjoyed it. If there is any questions, if there is any other topics, please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and with the organization as well. Then we can continue.